Isang karangalan na i-welcome ka sa market leader na pinamumunuan ng kinikilalang Professor Roman Buyson.
By its very nature, mentoring and coaching is about paying forward. It's about giving of oneself because it's all about your mentee or your coachee. If I can only influence one life, then it's all worth it. Hi, this is Chot Reyes. I'm here to talk to you about mentorship. Mentorship is face-to-face leadership. It is the art of facilitating the performance, learning, and development of another person. I started professional basketball coaching in the PBA. I became quite active in the corporate speaking circuit, and some of my clients started asking me to have some more regular engagements. So I thought I was going to be a management consultant. In the process, I took my MBA, my international MBA, and that's where I found executive and business coaching. And that's when I established Coach.com. And since then, about 2002, we've been offering business and executive coaching and mentoring programs to various clients and organizations all over the country. I was influenced by some very good mentors in my life. They had such an influence in my life that I thought that my way of paying it forward was to be a mentor, a coach as well to others. I think to be an effective mentor and coach, you have to accept the responsibility of being a coach or a mentor. Next, you have to be brilliant at the basics. You don't have to be a trained or certified mentor or coach to understand some very basic fundamentals. For example, when you invite someone for a coaching conversation, we have what we call the 4 Ps: presence, permission check, purpose, positive intent. It's as simple as saying, Danry, do you have 15 minutes later at 4 p.m.? I want to go over your presentation tomorrow to increase our chances of closing the deal. So the 4 Ps were there. I was present. I asked your permission. Do you have 15 minutes later? I stated the purpose. I want to go over your presentation tomorrow. And I ended with a statement of positive intent to increase our chances of closing the deal. So that's a very important fundamental, a basic. Another basic is what we call in the coaching practice the GROW model, G-R-O-W. You start with the goal. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to talk about in this conversation? Not the whole thing, but in this conversation. And then you go forward to the reality. What's going on? And from there, you go to the options. What are the options that you can do about it? And then finally, you end with the way forward. So what will you do about it? And finally, we always remind people to coach not only the problem, but coach the person. So the letter C is coach the person. Part of effective mentorship and coaching is the development of the person that you are coaching or mentoring. You have to add the letters D and E to our earlier ABCs, and that is letter D is drill, which means practice. You have to practice your coaching or your mentoring skills. And finally, experience. I think it's very, very important for mentors to be able to speak from experience. And for me, the truly effective mentors and coaches are not only professionals, but they're also practitioners. When I started Coach.com, it was not too well accepted, and people had that wrong notion that, why will I need a coach? There's nothing wrong with me. So that was the most important and most difficult challenge that I faced when we were introducing and offering mentoring and coaching services here in the country to different companies and different organizations. If you take a look at the biggest or most profitable companies in the world, Apple, Google, Facebook, Amazon, they all have very, very precise coaching and mentoring programs, all of them bar none. And so that tells us something. That's why it's very, very important for organizations to have coaches, whether external coaches or internal coaches, because For organizations, it helps develop the talent, it helps improve their processes. For companies, it is a big factor in retaining their talent. It's a big factor in raising the engagement of their people to improve productivity. When I see people who I have worked with, have gone through my workshops, go and make a difference in their line of work, and they become good leaders as well, that's for me the real return of coaching and mentoring. If I can only influence one life, then it's all worth it. By its very nature, mentoring and coaching is about paying forward. It's about giving of oneself, because it's all about your mentee or your coachee. It's all about the other person. The act of coaching and mentoring in itself is a very selfless act. So that by itself is already going against the grain of the self-centeredness that we are seeing today in society. We need people to pay it forward. We need people to be kind. We need people to share their knowledge, because in the end, and I think what we're seeing more and more now, the issues and difficulties that we're facing in this disruptive world they cannot be solved by the individual heroic leader alone. What we really need is to have teams of leaders coming together. Effective mentoring and coaching leads to great groups or teams that are built, so that we develop other leaders around us and we're able to better battle the ills or the negatives in society, as it were. So the foundation of the heart of a leader is health. It is nurtured by emotional intelligence. It is powered by an agile mindset. It is sustained by resilience. And finally, it is scaled by teammanship. What we need today are future-fit leaders. Because we cannot predict the future, so we cannot future-proof ourselves, but we can be prepared, we can be ready for the future. There is an art to mentorship, there is a science to mentorship, but the most important thing is the heart of a mentor. If you have that, then you'll be okay. This is Coach Chot Reyes. I hope you learned something about mentorship.
Kung nagustuhan niyo po ang video na ito, paki-like, share, and subscribe. At maaari rin po kayo mag-iwan ng comment. Maraming pong salamat!